This is the way it feels to move through summer in Lululemon. Iconic Align softness without the front seam. For our smoothest look and feel ever, summer won't know what hit it. Stretch your limits in the non-stop flexibility of the new Lululemon Align No-Line Pant in select stores and at Lululemon.com.
Meet the most capable CR-V Honda has ever dreamed of. The all-new CR-V Trail Sport Hybrid. With all-terrain tires and available enhanced traction control, it's built for wherever the day takes you. Heated front seats and a heated steering wheel, ideal for winter drives and crisp early starts. And with generous cargo space, it's ready for big gear and even bigger getaways. The CR-V Trail Sport Hybrid. Learn more at honda.com/CRV.
Oldish. The art of knowing more and caring less. With your host, Randy Spelling, Brian Austin Green, and Sharna Burgess.
Welcome back to another episode of Oldish, you guys. You got Randy and Sharna here today. And earlier this week, you listened to the incredible episode with Karena Dawn, where Randy and I were just, stunned at how incredible she is, how much she's been through, how much she's overcome, what she's turned it into. It was really wonderful hearing her story. Randy, what was something that you took away the most from that episode with Karena?
I just kept, even when we were interviewing her, I kept going back to her childhood. I don't know why. I don't know if you get this sometimes, but I almost would have like visions of what it was like for her as a child. Maybe that's the empath in me, but I just kept seeing, like when she talked about opening the book to read about schizophrenia when her mom got diagnosed, like what that must have been like to have the upbringing with a mother who you love, who she was the confidant to then be, being told that you're a part of a satanic cult and your father's this. And so like life is one way. And then all of a sudden your mother goes into this like severe mental illness, the stories that you make up as a child, because if you can't make sense of the relationships around you, you start to go inward and look at yourself, and then all the narratives and stories come. That I think is what stood out to me the most, is just in those times of childhood when we go through things, it doesn't have to be the same exact story of hers, but the stories that you make up, whether it's abandonment, whether it's those feelings of betrayal, of not good enough, of lack, and how to move forward in your life while dealing with all of those incredibly hurtful feelings.
I think it's knowing that you can move forward, right? I think there are so many people that have incredible struggles today, whether it is their own mental health, a loved one's mental health, poverty. Like there are so many things that people are struggling with today. And to know that you can move forward. I think that was the biggest takeaway for me with Karena, was that though she had been through some incredibly difficult and hard things and went through her journey of finding herself with it too, of substance abuse and partying, that she turned it into an empire. And it goes back to something that we've talked about before, not for the greater good of herself, but for the greater good of everyone, wanting to share with other people her aha moment and turn it into something that could help other people feel good. And I think there's something to that, right? When we experience and we have trauma, I think when we see it as something that we can then help other people with, we tend to feel stronger to do that. And that's what she did. She turned it into an empire. She started with this idea of wellness and moving the body. That one doctor that said to her, I'm not prescribing you anti-anxiety medication. You're going to do yoga. You're going to lay in the sun. Like, holy crap, what a wild thing to happen, especially in the medical industry here. It's so easily prescribed medication to fix something. Again, that instant gratification that we also talked about in that episode. Yet she turned it around into, no, I'm going to build something through the inspiration of probably this doctor making her do yoga and lay in the sun and seeing how movement helped her and changed her life, Said, I want to bring this to other people, not because she wanted to make money, because she wanted other people to feel better too, to know that they can change, that there is a way out. And this is a woman that had been through an incredibly traumatic childhood, growing up with a mother, as you said, and probably having so many stories that she was telling herself. So working through her mental health while moving her body. And I think that is really something that we miss we talk about it in the health and wellness space, but we so very much still have this idea of going to the gym is to look good.
Right.
You
Or
know.
to check off a box. Like, to be healthy, I need to work out, or I need to lose some weight.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. Between two-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN, you try to be in control of how your info is protected. But many other places also have it, and they might not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast for 40% off. Terms apply.
Hey there, travelers. Kaylee Cuoco here. Sorry to interrupt your music, great artist BT Dubs, but wouldn't you rather be there to hear it live? With Priceline, you can get out of your dreams and into your dream concert. They've got millions of travel deals to get you to that festival, gig, rave, sound bath, or sonic experience you've been dreaming of. Download the Priceline app today, and you can save up to 60% off hotels and up to 50% off flights. So don't just dream about that trip. Book it with Priceline.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
It's about mental health and feeling better, moving your body. The chemicals that are released in your body are literally very similar to what you might take medication-wise.
To make you feel better. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've had movement my entire life.
Yeah, you have.
know, when I struggled as a kid with the things happening in my home, I resorted to dance, and dance made me feel better. That's my creative expression, but it's also moving your body to feel better. When I've felt kind of crazy and not, and my mental health feeling like it's declining, I haven't been moving my body, and so it's proven time and time again. And I hope that a takeaway for so many people after listening to her episode is that just move your body. And the snack workouts she was talking about.
Right.
Love that.
Workout snacks.
Workout snacks and meditation snacks, because we know that meditation helps us regulate in this chaotic world we live in. Just try 1 minute a day. Try a round of sit-ups. Just hold a plank for 1 minute or 20 seconds if it's all you can do. Snack workouts a little bit throughout the day before you try and bust out a whole 1 hour, because that can be daunting. And also, who has time for it in today's day? There are many people that don't know how to carve out an hour for themselves, but you could start with carving out 3 minutes.
Think about how many times you grab your phone a day, realistically.
The doom scroll? Stop.
But like grabbing your phone, 3 minutes of a snack workout, 3 minutes of connecting. I like how she said connecting.
Scroll through stories while you're holding a plank. Two things at one stone, two birds, one stone. You know what I mean? Like there are ways to do it, and maybe that's something I should try when I'm doom scrolling. My God, hold a
onto
plank.
Something there, right?
It's shorten the life of the doom scroll. I tell you that.
It's like bottling water. Just bottle this. You have your phone, hold a plank while you're scrolling, and there you go.
Exactly. But I really loved that episode. It was really wonderful to get to talk to her, and I think she's an incredible woman that's done so much. And The Big Silence, an incredible book that you said you have read. I have not yet, but I want to. And I love all the things that you said about it. And I love that we are doing it as a society, and this stigma around mental health has been lifted, and she's definitely been a part of that, but we need more of it. But I loved what you said about, and it's something that is more than time than we have to unpack, that trauma has become trendy.
Yeah.
And being anxious, my anxiety, songs about it now that was trending. Like it's that, or whether
I
it's...
do like that Doechii song, by the way.
It is a great song. Or it's assigning yourself as ADHD, you know what I mean? Which many, many people are, but also are we now leaning on, it's a crutch. I have trauma, or I have anxiety.
Right.
Instead of leaning into, I can move forward from it.
Exactly. I know. This is like a sticky area where you're like, people are going to go crazy on social media with this one. But you know what? Let's go there. I'm not saying So no misunderstanding here. I'm not dismissing trauma. We're not saying that, if you're neurodivergent in any sort of way, that, it's like putting anyone down. The idea, though, is that if you find this out about yourself, then what? Does it empower you to then find tools to help you? Does it empower you to be able to be labeled, to go, okay, this makes sense. I'm not making up a story about myself. This is why I have the tendencies that I have. And there has to be an and.
Right.
And then what?
Then
Same
what?
thing
Exactly.
with therapy. I was abused. I lived through trauma. I, did X, Y, Z. This happened to me. And how do you move forward? Because if not, we do have that perception of being stuck and being stuck in a past that we can't move out of.
Absolutely.
And that's what's so painful to people.
Yes. True. It's like you don't have to let what's happened to you or what you have even been diagnosed with define you.
Right.
Like you don't have to wear it as a badge that it then defines you. Wear it as a badge and say, I'm proud that I live with and I've moved forward from. Sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I have learned to grow with it and understand myself. Love that. But I do think there is a little bit of a space where it's kind of trendy to have trauma and be defined by it a little bit. But maybe and I don't say that to be a shitty thing. I think we're looking for community, right? And so often trauma can make you feel isolated. And so then when you talk about it, you find bonding in community with other people that have experienced those things. And then it's very easy to get stuck in living within that space without doing what you just said. And then what?
Right. There has to be a so then, right?
Yeah.
And like, okay, now that you know this, now that you can relate to this, now that you own this, how do you own it and use it?
Right. Which is exactly what Karena had done, right? She had absolute trauma as a child and in her formative years, and she turned it into, and now what? She had her aha moment and turned it into something absolutely incredible and is helping so many others with it, with her experiences. And I think that's incredibly powerful. It was a fantastic episode.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Buying a car shouldn't eat up your week. That's why Carvana made it convenient. Car buying that fits around your life, not the other way around. You can get pre-qualified for an auto loan in just a couple of minutes and browse thousands of quality car options, all within your terms, all online, all on your schedule. Turn car buying into a few clicks and not a full week's endeavor. Finance and buy your car at your convenience on
Carvana.
Financing subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply.
Paradise is back
It's finally here.
in a new location, Costa Rica. There will be adventure, drama, and romance.
All gas, no brakes. That's my vibe.
Ready to find some love. But it wouldn't be paradise without surprises along the way.
These kids need to learn.
That's right. Your favorite Golden alums are crashing the beach.
We bring in a party, baby.
Bachelor in Paradise. New Mondays at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Yeah, you talked about the doctor basically prescribing her sunshine and sunshine and yoga.
Sunshine
right?
and movement, yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this because I think it needs to be said. Not everyone's path is sunshine and yoga.
My God, no. Right. Some people absolutely need medication. There is no shame in that. But also do sunshine and yoga.
Right.
Because it will only help.
Right. Take advantage of the things. It's like I can't believe I'm even laughing saying this, but I've had clients who have had autoimmunity. And again, I've been coaching people for a long, long time. And they started, that's not what I was coaching them around, but this was part of their story. I'm suffering from IBS, from colitis, from this, from that. And it amazed me how food was never, ever, ever a topic of discussion in these doctor appointments. They were spending thousands, some of them hundreds of thousands. And it was like, no, eat whatever you want without thinking what we're putting in has an effect. The environment around us has an effect. Our thoughts, our relationships have an effect. So like sunshine, movement, these are things that if you do, they're free. We can take advantage of them. They do have an effect. And I think it's like, it sounds so simple. They were like, we kind of dismiss it, right? Like,
I know. Sounds so simple.
Not everyone's path is going to be that. That could be a part of it. But, you know, when she talked about this awareness that came through, that she's meant for more, I related to it. I didn't get a chance to say this, and I also didn't want to like make it about me, but I had that same exact thing happen. I know we talked about it in season 1.
Totally. I had the same thing.
Right?
Moment of clarity. Aha moment.
That aha moment. And that is, you asked what stuck out for me. If people could take anything away, I mean, there's so many, that awareness that is always there, that really does come at the precise moments, and you don't control it. I would say you can't control it, but it's there. And sometimes in a world where it either doesn't feel safe, or maybe growing up, we didn't feel safe, to at least have that sense of okayness, that there is a safety net that we maybe can't see, feel, or touch necessarily, but it will come at the right time, that just has you going left when you need to, or at your lowest, there's something that happens, something that someone says, and you go, oh, I'll try that. You never would have tried it before, but somehow in that moment. And to me, that's a form of trust and safety.
Act on it. Yeah.
Act
on those things when they come up. Absolutely. Yeah. I think it was incredible. For all of you that are listening, if you have not heard the episode with Karena Dawn, please do check it out. It was earlier this week. A wonderful listen, really great takeaways in it. And again, if you have heard it and you feel there's someone else that needs to listen to it, please send it forward to them, because we would love for more and more people to be inspired by her story and to have it help them get through their difficult times too. We adore you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into Oldish, for being such amazing supporters of ours. As you know, and we ask you every time, it really does help us when you like and you follow and you subscribe. It helps us bring in incredible guests. It helps us have this amazing studio and bring you the content that you're used to, and help us get even better content to you guys. So please go ahead and do that if you could. And once again, we appreciate you, and we will see you on the next one.
I just wanted to take a moment to let you know that you don't have to navigate life alone. If there's something hard that you're dealing with, or you're just ready for a change, then reach out to me at randyspelling.com, or you could DM me on Instagram, also at randyspelling. And if I can help you, I will. If there's a resource that I can share with you, I will also do that as well. Thanks.